What's up, everyone? Click on, and it says I'm live, so hopefully this is recording. I'm going to let a few people come in, and we're going to talk about something super exciting. Obviously, one of my favorite topics in the world, superfoods, the beneficial aspects of superfoods, and my baby that we birthed a long time ago in 2006 and continuously improving on every day the quality, the ingredients, the understanding of superfoods, all in this convenient, beautiful bag of Shakeology. So, I'm going to start on this incredible topic here because we've obviously gotten some questions coming in, and we launched finally the two new vegans. We've got I don't know if you can see that much, but that's the vanilla vegan and the Caffe Latte vegan. These guys I've been waiting for as well. So it's taken a little bit of time because there's a lot that we have to do to make sure everything's in line with any formula change, with any additional testing for new ingredients and supply chain management. All of this stuff is super exciting, and as we're rolling out, as the numbers are huge, because once we hit that button and we say go, we have to be ready on a massive scale. So Beachbody does a lot of amazing work with a huge team member, quality assurance, research and development, all of the operational teams and the marketing teams. There's a lot that has to go into packaging, labels, all of that stuff. So it takes a while for this big ship to move. But I want to zero in now on this amazing new formula and new flavors. So the first thing is I'm going to try to go down the list, and then if there's any questions, I'll try to catch them at the end so I can stay with my train of thought. So, but feel free to answer the questions because we'll try to hit them below after the video, and we can keep the dialogue going. But I just want to clear any confusion and also know that this is a freaking exciting opportunity because yet again, Shakeology is busting down barriers and creating opportunity for the greatest alchemy of some of the greatest botanicals in the world. And now we have yet even more contributing constituents and ingredients and foods and fungals, which is chaga mushroom. That's the first one I'm going to talk about. So one of the amazing things, I've been wanting to get chaga in this formula for years. The challenge is that sustainably around the world, it's largely been wild collected and it comes from the northern hemispheres. Everything from traditional Chinese medicine has used it, from the Vikings to all the Nordics, even in Minnesota, Michigan, Maine, you can find chaga on the birch tree. So the birch tree and the chaga kind of form this symbiosis. And largely, the funny thing is, chaga really doesn't even look like a mushroom. It's actually this mass on a birch tree that is dark, and it's called sclerotium, and inside is mycelium, and that's really where the magic of mushrooms is. And keep in mind that you could say it's a food, but it's actually not. It's in the fungal kingdom. So you have the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, human kingdom, but mushrooms themselves have their own kingdom. So that's why it's super important. Some of the greatest medicinal properties lie in these ranges of medicinal mushrooms that we have in this formula. Literally the greatest. Chaga is the king of the mushrooms. Reishi is really the queen of the mushrooms, and so we have them all in this formula. So again, I described chaga a little bit, but one of the greatest things that it does is it really supplies the antioxidant capacity. It amps everything up because chaga is literally, as they've studied it, one of the greatest, if not the greatest antioxidant in the world. So obviously it's got things like supports the superoxide dismutase, beta-glucans, polysaccharides, butylenic acids, phytosterols. All of these things have many properties, but largely they're really supporting the antioxidant capacity and also the immune. Big aspect of the chaga is the immune support. So it doesn't necessarily ramp up the immune system totally. It ramps it up, but if you actually need your immune system to dampen, it has been shown to actually dampen the immune system if your body's maybe into attacking itself. But this is largely what some of the benefit of that adaptogenic quality of the chaga, and then it has a lot, helps mitigate LDLs, which helps lower those bad cholesterols, and also has been shown to have tons of antimicrobial, antiviral, which makes sense if it's supporting the immune system. Then you can get a lot of those benefits. Also, super powerful side of this, because we're getting all these free radicals, which largely is aging, that we have the strongest antioxidant in the world. So largely that means we have greater DNA protection when consuming chaga. So these are some of the little bits of information, but I want you to understand the power of this diamond of the forest chaga. This is a really big deal. We have spent tons of time in the lab with suppliers, and I've pushed these guys. I've pushed them so that we can finally get this in the formula, and it's sustainable, and it's clean, and it's delivering on the main constituents that we need. Again, with Shakeology, we have a quality control and a microbiological almost super team that makes sure that the quality is at such a level. We spend millions of dollars making sure that what's in that formula is supposed to be there at the quality it's supposed to be. So again, that's another reason why sometimes this stuff takes a long time. And there may be companies out there that copy us. They may grab certain things, but they're just grabbing suppliers. They're grabbing brokers. They don't know their supply. We know our supply. We test our supply. We audit all of our suppliers. So this is, again, the major difference. You can turn over a label, and even some of these copycats of coming after us, they may have something on their label, but they don't have the same quality assurance that we do. So I just want to make that point. The next amazing thing is Matcha Green Tea. So largely this comes from Japan, where ours comes from. This is where it's all happened. Ceremonially, for centuries, the Japanese have been using matcha green tea. Super young leaves, careful process, so that all of the antioxidants are there. Now keep in mind, matcha has about 100 times more antioxidants than its cousin, just green tea. So that gives you an idea of the potency here that we're really dealing with. So there's also been some studies that helps the body kind of ramp up and burn some more calories. And then, of course, one of its greats is one of the greatest compounds in matcha green tea is the catechins. And these things are, I'm not going to get into the specific diseases because there are, and I don't want legal to get me in trouble, but there is a huge disease-fighting aspect to the catechins that are in matcha green tea. And of course, that green color, that vibrant green color that is in matcha green tea is where the chlorophyll kind of comes out. And that has been shown to help the body detox and cleanse, which is fantastic because we all need that. And then a very interesting amino acid, theanine, which comes strong in matcha green tea, and that definitely has been shown to calm the mind and lower stress. So that's fantastic. So you can start to understand ceremonially why they use it and why they have such a great longevity, at least before the Western influence in Japan. And so, of course, all of those things also lead towards anti-aging properties. And the easy ones with matcha green tea is it helps support natural energy in the body. So those are some of the highlights of matcha green tea. So keep in mind, we have just added 2 very powerful superfoods, and in one case, one of the greatest fungal foods in the fungal kingdom of chaga. The other thing that I want to address too is in working with the formula, you have many different interactions, and you constantly have to just because you throw these things together does not mean that it's going to work within a synergy within the formulation. So we always have to do many stability tests to make sure that there's a great alchemy in there. And sometimes that, doesn't happen. But the other ingredient that we shifted to, and this is going to go, all of these, by the way, chaga, matcha, and then the organic cane sugar, and I'm going to educate you on the gifts of organic cane sugar. All of these things will be throughout all of the formulas as they roll out, okay? So what I want to state again is we've switched to organic cane sugar instead of agave. We were not that happy with the agave suppliers. So again, we had to find a contributor that was going to give not just this sweetness, but other constituents, quality, and the ability for us to use a lot in a quality is super important. So quality and quantity is super important as it relates to certainly all ingredients, but in this case, the organic cane sugar. This helps us in many ways. The low, barely processed, which gives it that color. It's not stripped. It's not using any harsh chemicals. It's not doing any of that, which a lot of the other sweeteners, even agave, has been known to have some harsh chemicals involved with that. So the organic cane sugar doesn't have the pesticides, the herbicides, all of that stuff with traditional sugars. It's completely eco-friendly, and I bet you didn't know it has about 17 amino acids, 11 minerals, and 6 vitamins. So when you leave it largely alone, you get all of these benefits of it. So again, don't just look at the sugar. And by the way, our sugar, our glycemic index, I don't remember the number, but I absolutely know we've significantly lowered the glycemic index load on the formulas with this adjustment, with the improvement of the overall formula. So that's super exciting. And even on the vanilla, I believe we've lost a full gram of sugar in total. So we're at the max 8 grams of sugar with all of the fiber, with all of the benefits. You're largely getting a very stable formula, certainly glycemic index friendly. So you really, we have to understand this organic cane sugar is not conventional conventional sugar. It's certainly not stripped away and other artificial flavors that you get nothing else. You're getting amino acids, you're getting vitamins, you're getting minerals on top of it. So, and I just want to make a point that it is not brown sugar. Brown sugar is different. Brown sugar is stripped white sugar, and then they add molasses to it. That's technically brown sugar. That is not what this is. Okay, so I just wanted to make a distinction on that. The light color that you get with organic cane sugar is the constituents that are still in there, and those are the beneficial compounds that we preserve, so that yes, it's contributing the sugar content, the sweetener, but it's also not, and it's also, by the way, not the full 7 or 8 grams at all. It's a very little contribution. I can't tell you our proprietary amounts, but it is absolutely not that much, because you have many other contributive factors and our natural fruits and all of that stuff that are contributing to the overall and very low sugar content with no harsh artificial sweeteners. So it's an incredible feat of us, formulator, Isabel, contributor, formulator, and the R&D team. It is a fight that we've always strived to make happen, and I am super stoked about this. So just keep in mind that all of these new ingredients are contributing so much more than just the macro. Okay, so I'm giving you a glimpse into the magic of what some of these things are. So again, vegan formulas are some of the first ones that go out, and then we will largely roll these out, and believe me, I'm not behind the rollout structure, so I have no idea the timing of that, but again, it's happening with the formulas. Super stoked. And now, just making a point here, Caffe Latte, having the coffee fruit and the chaga, literally is the 2 greatest antioxidant, call them foods, call them supplements, call them ingredients in the world. So that is so cool. What did I just have? I just had a Caffe Latte with, I put, what I put in it? I put ice, and I just really put some organic coconut yogurt in there, and oh my God, it was so freaking good. Amazing. So the other important thing here is that we've lowered sugar, but we've also increased fiber. So we've creeped up now to 5 grams of amazing soluble and insoluble fiber. That's huge. I know that people just kind of blow that off, but fiber is so important. And of course, the supportive structures, prebiotics and probiotics, and some of the digestive enzymes we have in there. This is, I'm telling you, everyone, that this is an untouchable formula. Again, we want to go beyond just turning over the label. What I want you to start getting is that I'm communicating to you and trying to impress upon you the value of this formulation. This is so unique, and this is not me selling anything. This is Darin, the superfood hunter, stoked about this formula, because I've been biting my lip for over a year knowing that we've pretty much locked the formula, but there was tons of things that we had to secure within launching this thing. But this, with the matcha, with the chaga, with the advancements of all of these things, we are stoked. The other thing that I just wanted, there was a question yesterday about the vitamins and minerals. Like some people think, hey, I want to switch to vegan, but what's up with the vitamins and minerals? So, with that white label, with the vegan, what we decided early on is the vegans are going to largely live on their own in its whole form of vitamins and minerals and all of that. So the regular formula, we added in vitamins and some of the minerals and all of that stuff. And we're also moving to improve all of those things too. We're constantly improving. So yes, you're still getting vitamins and minerals. You're also getting with the original just the added ones. Like for me personally, as Darin, I go for food as medicine. I go for getting my vitamins and minerals. Like someone says, hey, are you getting sick? And I say, yeah. So I will actually eat more antioxidant foods. I will eat more high vitamin C foods. I will eat more foods that may have vitamin D, or go outside and I drink more water. That's me, right? So largely the vegans, we wanted to kind of keep in its pure state without adding the vitamins and minerals. And you can make an argument for either one, but I just wanted to clear that up. You're absolutely getting, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of compounds of micronutrients still in the vegans. We just didn't add any extra vitamins and minerals. So that's what I want to say. Let me see. Is chaga and matcha in all formulas? Yes. So I answered that before. But yes, it will not simultaneously. It's not right now, but it will be rolling in to the rest of the formulas. Absolutely. Can we swap that is in process. Swap folate, folic acid. Absolutely. Again, we locked that a long time ago. A lot of things that we needed to shift in order to make that change possible. I don't know when that's happening, but we have been on it and we've been improving that. So absolutely we are. Any other questions? I can only see like one question at a time. So what else do I want to say? I talked about the fiber. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Jill. I think that's the most of it. But this is learn from this video. Pass this on to any potential customer, and you learn about this stuff. And also look up this stuff. Look up chaga. It's not me making this up. This is centuries of use. Also, the matcha has been used for centuries. You have to get something like the superfoods in Shakeology. And these are literally the greatest botanicals that we can put in this form, right? So there's other botanicals in the world that you just can't put in a powder form to be effective. But in this form, these are literally the greatest botanicals in the world. And we're constantly thriving and striving to make sure, I'm just trying to read some questions, to make sure that formula is kick-ass, and listen, this comes from the top down. If it wasn't for Carl, if it wasn't for Isabel setting the tone for the formulation constantly changing, do you know how hard it was for me in 2006 to stop formulating? Meaning to lock the formula in, because I'm constantly looking for more and more stuff. I'm constantly looking to improve, and that is the whole company now, and that is constantly being supported by the whole company. So I'm trying to read questions. I can't really see. So that philosophy of constantly improving, there's been many times where Carl has been in the position of taking more profit out. Everyone likes more profit for the company, but largely has turned it back into the formula so that we can always be on the cutting edge and make sure the quality is very important. I'm going to speak on the quality more and more and more because we need to know the difference, and you guys are the voice that's going to carry this message on. And do not be duped by these inferior products. Do not be duped by these smaller companies and bigger companies that aren't interested in really knowing their ingredients. Do you understand? I travel because I love it, but I travel for you. I make sure that where I'm going and what I'm doing and who's growing our stuff and how the quality is there, that make sure that that bag is with integrity. Okay, so that's the most important thing. And anyway, so I'm babbling. I think that hits it. If we have one more question, I will wait 30 seconds for the next one. Quality control. That's right, Amy. Anyone? Last question. Bang. Best formula, best superfood mix in the world, without a doubt. So drink it up, enjoy it, and it tastes so bloody good. Enjoy it, and I'm happy. If you have any questions below that I didn't get to, make sure to write them. We're going to pass this around to every coach, every person, and get this stuff out, because this is not about selling. This is about a bloody movement of health, and we need superfoods because we're lacking nutrients in our food. So let's get it out. Let's support people in being happy, healthy, and thriving. Okay? So if you have any questions, keep it rolling, but I am going to sign out. So thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll talk soon.